Good morning and welcome to GBC 24. This is our first bulletin. My name is Sarah Furi. President Akufo-Addo has hinted of a strong and powerful economy that will engender growth and reduce unemployment due to prudent economic measures put in place by his government. Speaking at the opening ceremony of Africa Business and Kingdom Leadership Summit in Accra, President Akufo-Addo reiterated his commitment to building a Ghana defined by integrity.
Though Africa is endowed with resources, the continent is yet to experience effective growth due to the lack of requisite skills to turn things around for proper economic growth. The Africa Business Kingdom Leadership Summit is to equip business leaders and entrepreneurs with the requisite skills to turn the fortunes of Africa around. The summit is unique since it is also geared towards training people to take up leadership positions in the ministry of God. The conveners, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams and his wife, Rosa Whitaker, believe establishing businesses and enterprises with the support of God is a positive way to make them effective.
We knew that among Africa's many riches are its brilliant, daring, visionary, talented people who hold the key to the continent's progress and prosperity. We knew that the ideas abound here and that sometimes, against great odds, many African man or woman has brought a great idea to life and turned it into something impactful and enduring.
Every one of us with a dream, which we all do, must learn never to give up and to quit on your dreams when you face discouragement, disappointment, and betrayals. That dreams do come true when dreamers don't give up on their dreams and quit.
President Akufo-Addo said government will focus on developing entrepreneurial skills of Ghanaians.
In every city, town, village, or hamlet in our nation, these enterprises support the livelihoods of our communities. At the national level, they contribute significantly to our gross domestic product and tax revenues and create jobs for thousands. Indeed, the country's survival is directly anchored on the success of small and medium-scale enterprises. It is obvious, therefore, that we have to focus on the development of startups and small businesses by encouraging the entrepreneurial spirit as a national priority.
He asked Christian businesses and entrepreneurs to abide by the principles of God.
The very mission of our host church, Action Chapel International, is focused on, quote, the end time harvest, unquote. It should thus be our desire that the principles of God's kingdom become the driving force in our lives and in our businesses. God rules in the affairs of men, and in all of our dealings, we must recognize the presence of the Almighty, the Omniscient, the Omnipotent, and the Omnipresent.
More than 1,000 African and global leaders in business and ministry, including astute evangelist Bishop T.D. Jakes, have met at the Action Chapel International in Accra for the summit, which will end on September 3rd.
The University of Ghana School of Information and Communication Studies and UNESCO have asked government to include media and information literacy in the educational curriculum. Experts say the inclusion will empower citizens to understand the functions of the media and information providers in the country. This came to light at a symposium held in Accra.
Media and information empower the citizenry to make informed decisions as users of information and media content. In recent years, media and information have been increasingly seen as critical elements in good governance and accountability. This is partly due to the rapid growth in technology, which has contributed to a changing media landscape. Information, if adulterated, can go a long way to affect the country negatively. Hence, the need to educate all on the importance of media and information literacy. A forum organized by the University of Ghana School of Information and Communication Studies and UNESCO brought together experts to explain how effective information can transform society.
We will inform the teacher unions and the National Teaching Council and ensure that quality education in disseminating quality information gets to the human resource base of the country.
The Minister for Information, Mr. Mustafa Hamid, explained that people can improve their lives if they know how to access the right information.
Information literacy is very crucial in our age because if we all remain illiterate in information and media content, it will be very dangerous for our society. That is why journalists have a very basic criteria for, if you want, analyzing information.
The coordinator of the African Center for Media and Information Literacy, Mr. Chido Onuma, said courses like media and information literacy should be taught at the graduate level.
By educating students to become media and information literate, teachers will be responding first to their roles as advocates of an informed and rational citizenry, and second, they will be responding to changes in their role as educators as teaching moves away from being teacher-centered to becoming more learner-centered.
Organizers of the Media and Information Literacy Symposium hope that all will be involved in the campaign of media literacy in the country. Beatrice Senaju, GBC 24, Accra.
The paperless regime started on the 1st September 2017. The regime is to ensure that human contact is reduced to the barest minimum and also to encourage transparency in the activities at the ports. Speaking to GBC 24, the Deputy Finance Minister, Mr. Kweku Kwatin, said government is poised to ensure that successful implementation of the paperless policy takes off. Still on the paperless policy, a demonstration of the paperless system has taken place at the Tema port involving all stakeholders. It was to educate the port's operators on how the electronic system works. Government introduced the paperless system to eliminate the human interface at the ports and increase revenue for the state.
All the key players were at the final forum, where a demonstration of the paperless system of transactions at the country's ports was done. The electronic system is meant to quicken transactions and eliminate impediments associated with the old way of doing business at the ports. The General Manager of West Blue Consulting, Mr. Aminu Uthan, and the Deputy Manager of GCNet, Mr. Jakun Kansa, explained how the system operates.
At compliance, what is going to happen is that customs are going to search for their entry, based on a date range that we provided for them. And they are going to choose the declaration and then work on it without you being present. So that is the other change. It means that custom compliance can actually process your document without you necessarily going to them. Now, after that, you go to the shipping line where you go for your release. There is one addition that we've done at the side of the shipping line, and that is when they are going to release your declaration, they are going to quote the GPHA ID number on the deal. And so when it is released, it's expected that the ID number on the release is the same person who is going to the terminal to go and take delivery of the consignment.
The commissioner in charge of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Mr. Isaac Grensel, said the stakeholders meeting was timely.
One of the major promises is to simplify and harmonize the bureaucracies that exist in the port to fight against frustration and corruption. Another promise is to reduce the delay at the port. As we move on to a new system of paperless, let us all be compliant traders, compliant declarants, compliant general public, so that the system will serve us with these beautiful carols that are promised.
The head of marketing and public relations at GPHA, Madam Esther J.B. Donko, said the new system is cost-effective and would be more convenient to all, including importers and exporters.
The beauty of our new system is that in the past, this invoice, if it is door to door, you have the partial on stuffing charge upfront. But now, no. The likelihood of you taking delivery of your door to door containers that are not going to be examined on the same day is very high.
Some participants were concerned that the new system should have been piloted for at least a month for all the interest groups to get used to.
The way they explained to us, I love it because it will cut some barriers in our work.
It will be helpful for us feed forwarders in order to at least speed up with our clearances. It will be good for the nation as well when it comes to collection of money.
The head of marketing and public relations at the GPHA, Madam Esther Jebidonko, entreated port operators to cooperate for the system to work.
Two agricultural teams, Agro Innova and Qualitrace, have emerged winners of the 2017 Cosmos Innovation Center's Agritech Challenge Investment Awards in Accra. The awards encourage young entrepreneurs to use innovation and ICT to develop commercial solutions to challenges in the agri sector. Cosmos Energy will provide $50,000 to each of the teams and sponsor them through a 12-month incubation period at Meltwater School of Technology.
In recent times, experts have cautioned of a possible global food crisis based on the impact of many factors, including forest and land degradation, climate change, declining oil supplies, and the growing demand for high-protein food. Cosmos Energy in March 2016 introduced the Cosmos Innovation Center program to nurture the development of market-based solutions that address the various development challenges in the agricultural sector of the country. According to Cosmos Energy, technology has become an integral part of agriculture through the development of innovative solutions that increases productivity. This is the second edition of the awards. After 9 months, 6 business teams from a group of 400 young entrepreneurs emerged with viable concepts worth supporting for development. The business ideas ranging from livestock, poultry, fisheries management, farm production, as well as post-harvest challenges were judged by a panel of experts. 2 entrepreneurs with the best ideas emerged winners. The Vice President and Country Manager for Cosmos Energy is Mr. Joe Mensah.
When we started this last year, we only had 100 applicants. This year we had 400. Now that we start in the 3rd year, we anticipate that we will have multiple of 400, so that when word gets out, more and more youth will realize that there's an opportunity here, there's a business to be made, and you can really make a living and a livelihood in the space of agriculture.
Agro Innova won its product, Accra, an enterprise mobile and web-based management system that enables poultry farmers to record, monitor and track the operations in real time. Qualitrace, the other winning team, developed a product that will thwart counterfeiting agriculture inputs in Ghana, a problem that accounts for an annual loss of about $1.5 trillion globally.
We have been given a chance to positively disrupt the agricultural sector in Ghana and beyond. It's a chance that other great teams and great ideas didn't get. So we pledge that we will not waste this opportunity.
4 other promising business teams who also competed will be funded by partners of Cosmos Innovation Center. The teams are Unlimited, Complete Farmer, AgroSeal, and Rent a Farm. The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Usu Ifriakoto, commended Cosmos Energy for such an initiative which will help increase agriculture productivity in the country.
The essence of our government policy, which we have titled Planting for Food and Jobs, is to increase productivity. And this effort is really a great one in encouraging the youth into agriculture, that agriculture is something that is fashionable, that you can make a lot of money out of it if you use the right approach and so on.
Cosmos Energy launched the 3rd edition of the 2017 Cosmos Innovation Center's Agritech Challenge Investment Awards. Entries for the competition will be open in September. It also launched the Cosmos Innovation Center Business Booster, which will cater for small and medium enterprises (SMEs).
4 Ghanaian pilgrims have reportedly died in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Confirming the incident to GBC 24, the Deputy Communications Director for the Hajj Board, Hajia Mariam Sise, said 2 women died in their sleep, while another suffered in a medical condition and died in the hospital.
2 women died in Medina, but then the other 2 men died here in Mecca. Specifically, I would say the 4th one died just yesterday while we were in Arafah. And he was rushed in, gasping. And before, I think, about 2-3 minutes, he was gone. The 3rd man had a complication. That is the information we got from the medical team, indicating that he already had an accident back home in Ghana and was on treatment. So unfortunately for us, while he got here, he developed some internal bleeding in the head. So the moment he reported to the clinic, he had to be immediately rushed to the hospital to make sure that at least some quick intervention can be made. But unfortunately, we lost him as well. So basically, these are the circumstances under which we lost 4 of our pilgrims. Some of the task force are still going on to do some search and also bring back pilgrims probably who have been left back in Arafah or Muzdalifah.
You're still watching the news on GBC 24. We'll be right back.
When night falls and the city lights are shown bright, with the country entirely asleep, then the work of the journalist begins. Our imagination goes wild, dreaming, thinking, and searching for that unique story idea. Visualizing and translating these ideas into action brings the story to life. And, like the fizz in our wine glasses, the story bubbles, finding space as headlines on front pages in the print, broadcast electronically, and posted on new media across the globe. And when it catches the attention of the powers that be, they act speedily.
Join my able panelists and I as we speak to weightier issues from all quarters of the professional ladder, share our journalistic experiences and offer insight beyond what is reported, all on one magazine platform, the Reporters Roundtable.
Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on GBC 24. Watch a repeat on GBC 24 on Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. and on Tuesdays on Ghana Television from 3 to 5 p.m.
The Reporters Roundtable. All angles, all sides.
Welcome back. The normal shape of the spine includes a top of the shoulder curve and a lower back curve. Any problem with the spine leads to serious health challenges, which in the long term affects a person's movement or sense of touch. The Health Desk takes a look at such spine defects termed scoliosis.
Scoliosis is an abnormal curvature of the spine. This condition causes the spine to curve from side to side or in an S or C shape. It is often diagnosed early in a child's life. Common causes whence they can be pinpointed are birth defects, neurological abnormalities, and genetic conditions, thus present at birth, of which the disease becomes prominent during the adolescent stage of one's life. Often, it is as a result of the non-formation of the bone or the poor segmentation of the bone. According to a neurosurgeon at the Focus Orthopedic Hospital, Dr. Kojopoku Yankee, early detection and treatment is important.
There are some disease conditions like neurofibromatosis, and then it can have as a result of neuromuscular diseases involving that if you have problems with either your muscles or your brain or spinal cord, then those ones can also result in scoliosis. So patients who have, let's say, poliomyelitis, they are predisposed to having scoliosis. The most important thing about all these things is early recognition and then treatment.
Patrick Adoma Asamoah, a 23-year-old, is suffering from scoliosis. At age 18, the symptoms of the disease started showing, and this made him drop out of school. Though he has completed his secondary school education and hoped to further save, his plight is a hindrance. He needs support to enable him to undergo surgery.
I'm pleading to the general public to help me get my strength again. Doctor said I should be operated, otherwise I will paralyze.
Patrick needs 56,700 Ghana cedis to enable him to undergo surgery. All assistance can be sent to Ghana Commercial Bank, account number 1301010202586, account name Emmanuel Adoma Asamoah, branch Tantra Hill, or it can be sent to mobile money number 0249806331. 0249806331.
News from across our borders. Kenya's Supreme Court has annulled the results of last month's presidential election, citing irregularities, and ordered a new one within 60 days. The ruling makes Kenya the first African country to invalidate a presidential poll.
The Election Commission had declared incumbent Uhuru Kenyatta the winner by a margin of 1.4 million votes. But the opposition argued that the Commission's IT system had been hacked to manipulate the results. After the ruling was announced, opposition presidential candidate Raila Odinga said this is a historic day for the people of Kenya and by extension for the people of the continent of Africa. Mr. Odinga added that he had no faith at all in the Electoral Commission as currently constituted and called for the prosecution of its members. A lawyer for President Kenyatta said the decision had been very political but had to be respected. Reading the decision reached by a majority of 4-2 among the judges, Chief Justice David Maraga said the August 8 poll had not been conducted in accordance with the Constitution. Opposition supporters were seen celebrating outside the court building as well as in opposition strongholds. The election sparked days of sporadic protests in which at least 28 people were killed. The vote had raised fears of major political violence, as was the case after a disputed election in 2007.
Still in Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta says he disagrees with the Supreme Court decision invalidating his re-election and calling for fresh elections, but vowed to respect it.
That it is important for us as Kenyans to be respecters of the rule of law. I personally disagree with the ruling that has been made today. But I respect it as much as I disagree with it. I respect it. I disagree with it because, as I have said, millions of Kenyans queued, made their choice, and 6 people have decided that they will go against the will of the people, regardless of their religion, regardless of their color, regardless of their tribe. My primary message today to every single Kenyan is peace. Let us be people of peace.
Now to India. Officials have said the death toll from the collapse of a 6-story building in Mumbai on Thursday has risen to 33, whilst 46 others have been rescued. Relief operations are still underway, but relief workers say all survivors have been rescued. The building in the densely populated Bendi Bazaar area was believed to be about 100 years old. Police have not yet concluded why the building toppled over. However, media reports say the building was declared unsafe in 2011, but many of the residents even stayed after that. Members of the disaster relief force have almost cleared the area. Mumbai is now recovering from heavy rains and floods earlier this week. People denied entry to the U.S. under Donald Trump's first travel ban can now reapply for visas following a legal settlement reached in a federal court. The U.S. government now will contact individuals turned away at borders as a result of the executive order that came into force on 27 January this year. The agreement does not guarantee the applicants will receive new visas. Mr. Trump signed the original order in January, barring people from 7 Muslim countries from entering the U.S. The move sparked numerous protests and legal challenges. Mr. Trump later defended the executive order, saying it was not a Muslim ban. A week after it was implemented, a federal judge in Seattle suspended its nationwide, allowing banned visitors to travel to the U.S. pending an appeal by the administration. The new legal agreement, which was announced on Thursday, obliges the U.S. government to act in good faith when processing the paperwork for applicants. The 7 countries affected by the initial 90-day travel ban were Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Iraq was later removed from the list. Some visa categories, such as diplomats and UN workers, were not included in the suspension. Back to Africa, the Ethiopian government has confirmed the transfer of Somali nationals belonging to Ogaden National Liberation Front. The decision by Somalia to transfer Mr. Adikarin Sheikh Muse to Ethiopia has, however, sparked outrage back home, as it is seen as a breach of national and international laws. At a time that the government remained silent on the issue, the Ethiopian Communications Minister Negeri Lencho said the transfer had indeed taken place. Despite the parties describing itself as a liberation group of the Ogaden region, Ethiopia insists that the group is a terrorist organization and, by extension, its members are terrorists. ONLF describes itself as a national liberation organization that struggles for the rights of the Somali people in Ogaden and has no involvement whatsoever in Somalia's multifaceted conflict at all. The Ethiopian ambassador to Somalia, who is also a close relative to the Prime Minister and an in-law to the Somali president, played a key role in brokering the deal. And that's it for our first major news bulletin. Do stay for our subsequent bulletins. My name is Sarah Furi. Thank you so much for joining us.